Episode 10, Singapore Armed Forces, the making of a naval dive. An absolute brilliant series. Go and check out the original video in the description. We are on episode 10, Leave No Man Behind. This is Hell Week. Let's get into it.
Already exhausted and reeling from the relentless early morning breakout, the men face yet another daunting task.
Yes, sir! Anybody want to quit right now?
So straight away they're putting it in your head, and they're most probably going to continually do that throughout. Does anybody want to quit right now? And at some point someone will go yes, and it'll be an effect. More and more people will do it. More and more people will start to quit because the first person does. A lot of people, they don't want to be the first one, but they will put doubt in your head.
The objective of their mission or evolution is to flip a tire some 100 meters and back. Sounds simple? Not when the tires weigh over 40 kilograms each. As they get off to a quick start, exhaustion and lack of sleep starts weighing in. The tires get heavier with each flip. And just when they thought they've completed the task, another challenge is added to the mission.
Alvin, I want you to sit on the tire. How heavy are you? I want you to sit on the tire. Question?
The only time these men get to catch a breath or two is while waiting their turn.
And that's when you've got to make a most of it. Like I said, any sort of break you get in the previous episode, make the most of it. Whether it's a few minutes, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just relax, catch your breath, deep breaths in and out, because they are constantly going to hammer you.
Even then, they need to be alert and on their toes. They know by now that orders can change, their mission can change.
Do you know the hardest thing is as well, you can't look like you're slacking, so you've just got to constantly give it 100%, which tires you out even more. When they say pull that tire as fast as you can, you've got to pull that tire as fast as you can. You do not want to be looking like you're slacking within Hell Week.
Whoa! Whoa! One more time! We can do this! One more time!
No matter how hard they pull, tug and push, they simply can't seem to meet the instructor's expectations.
You're never going to be good enough. They're putting doubt in your heads.
Today's just day one. Show me this motivation. So send it. I don't think can cross up.
With the support of my group mates, I'm just pushing myself. Going beyond my limits. Just enjoy this and pass out.
No turning back. We are in NDU for a reason. To prove to everyone that we're the best. If I want to be the best, rite of passage is to go through Hell Week. This is it. I try not to expect anything, so the whole thing's been a surprise. Some things have been easier, some things have been much harder.
Remember, you've got to add in the Singapore environment, the humidity, the heat, the amount they're going to be sweating. They're going to be exhausted.
And if there's one thing they want to do right now,
I just want to sleep.
We're the Frogmen of the Navy!
the men are constantly tested on their ability to work as a team, meet the timings, and complete the given tasks.
For anyone who hasn't held something above their head for a very long time, try it. It hurts. It's painful. You've just got to try and lock out your arms and ignore the pain.
When the going gets tough, the tough needs to be tougher, mentally and physically, and resist the freedom to quit.
The blood is just rushing from your arms. It's horrible.
Very good one. Come on. Let's put on your tire. Come on, let's put on your tire. You see your tire coming down. Come on. Lower.
These men prove that it's going to take a lot more to make them quit.
Don't give up!
Hell Week is about team building, and if the diver trainees don't realize this by now, they're going to learn the hard way through one of the tough-as-nails instructors, Second Warrant Officer Teo Chi Wee.
You want us to make it tough? GG for us. Get clear for us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The best you can show. No, sir. Ready for more? Yes, sir. Are you ready for more? Yes, sir. Step up, Joe. Hell is about it's just knowing themselves how resistant they are and get support from the teammates and know more about themselves and how they're going to work as a team to survive these crucial 4.5 days.
Okay, form back.
The only respite from the tough training is chow time, the time to eat. That in itself is an event, the chow run. The men will realize that they'll be pushed even harder to earn their food.
Keep going. Until you are about to start. Clear? Yes, instructor.
With the heavy 76-kilogram boat above their heads, the men head to the parade square. Here, they're about to run some 2 kilometers with their boats lined up bow to stern with the others.
This is no easy task. You think this is only day one. They've got 5 days of this. I remember when I did battle camp when I was in basic training, and it was very similar, just without the boats. Everywhere we went, we had to run in full kit. So if we went and got scoff food, we had to run there in full kit. If we went anywhere outside the block, we ran everywhere in full kit, webbing, day sack, helmet. You had your weapon majority of the time, and you're just constantly running back and forward. You're doing things all day. You're barely sleeping at night. These guys are going to be exhausted.
With their hands tired, shoulders weak, and their necks starting to hurt, they have to keep going.
Yeah, think how much that must hurt your head and neck, having a boat on you constantly.
You okay, Chief, now?
Somebody
Come on.
guys. It's really that long back.
DJ.
I'm guessing, say, the front of the boat's the heaviest.
We'll go for one more round. Better pull up the 110%. 100% forward. One more.
Look at their faces. You can see how much pain they're in.
This gives the trainees an idea of how a mission can change in the thick of action.
And they say you can go one more round. I've said this in previous episodes and previous videos. It's never over until it's over. Just because you think it's the finish line does not mean it's the finish line. So don't get there and just give up and mentally give up. Just have it in your head. We can continue going. Until I'm sat at my table eating, I'm not going to eat. So if they say keep going, you just keep going. Don't think that's the finish line. I've had it in where we've done runs with logs, tires, and you think that's the finish line, and then you just keep going, and then you just watch some people's faces just drop, and then they just let go. You can just see them, they've mentally exited.
They have to put their disappointments aside and finish the race.
Too right, you want to eat all of that food. I bet they get some decent food as well.
During lunch, the very instructors who shouted down orders during the breakout and the morning training now serve food and drinks to the trainees. The men have earned it.
I would not leave any food.
It's been over 11 hours into Hell Week. It's been a steep learning curve for these diver trainees. They have a long way to go, but as they say, only the toughest will survive.
Too right, make sure you eat as much as you can when it comes to getting food on exercises like this. Don't be fussy about food, just get it in you, eat it. You're going to be burning so many calories and so much energy. You need to eat as much as you possibly can. Just get it down you. You most probably haven't got much time either, so just take your time. Don't take your time, but just use that time to rest, recover, get deep breaths in, and just hydrate and eat. It's so important, because if you start skipping food, you start leaving food, it's going to give you less energy for later on down the line. So make sure you eat as much as you can, because you're really, really going to need it. And take away from that as well, if you're joining the military, it's never over until it's over. So just because you think it's the finish line does not mean it's the finish line. So mentally stay in the game until they say pull it down, you are finished. Until they say that, don't just assume that's the finish line just because they've told you it's the finish line before, or that's where the finish line has been previously. Just keep running until they tell you to stop. So don't mentally check out. What another brilliant episode. Thanks for watching.